Hello, folks, and welcome to the last episode of the year 2025, folks. How many times have you guys heard, "Oh, this year's flew by"? I've heard it enough to where I'm really kind of sick of hearing it, okay? I don't even know how to respond to that. Fuck my life. When I started this quest at the beginning of this year, I had no idea where this is going, and I still really don't know where this is going, but it's fun, okay? And it's going to evolve, all right? There's going to be player analysis, you name it. I don't know. Big things are coming in 2026, folks. I can feel it. If you see me sweating here, folks, I am a little under the weather, but, I like to fight fire with fire. If I'm sick, might as well wash it down with a nice whiskey. I'm also on the whiskey diet. If you're not sure what that is, it's just where you don't drink beer, you just drink straight whiskey. If we're going out this weekend, folks, make sure that you have a DD, all right? Because drunk driving is not a skill, all right? It's an art. And you don't have what it takes. Now, I've had a good time filming all of these episodes. This is number 52, and I really appreciate the ones that watch the videos. Even if it's not full, you would just watch part of it and give a like. I appreciate you, especially. And to the new folks, well, welcome to the show, folks. It's just word, folks. Coach Connors has something to say, so we're all going to take a second and hear what he has to say.
Happy New Year's, you filthy animals. I'm Coach Connors, and the Bears playoffs is right around the corner, so let's take a page out of my playbook. Somebody tag Ben Johnson for this, all right? We're going to go wishbone offense here. As you can see right there, we got Roma Doomsday. I like to call him Doomsday here. If he's hurt or not hurt or whatever, if he's okay, we can use him. We got Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, number 25, Kyle Mana, I'm not going to try it, and DeAndre Swift, okay? Now see, all right? Now say they stay in this package. Real special one, Coach, so make sure you really listen up, all right? We're doing fake 22 blast, okay, with a backside George reverse, right, folks? Fake 22 blast with a backside George reverse, like your life depended on it, all right? So here's the fake 22 blast. DeAndre Swift is going to be doing the backside George reverse. We're going to have 25 Kyle. Make sure he's blocking on this edge. Colston Loveland coming on. Be giving a little chip here. Getting to the secondary, maybe even third. Okay, if we're lucky. We got Doomsday putting a nice solid block on that edge there. And we're going to just hope to God everything works out. Okay? And there you go. There's the wishbone offense. It's nothing new there, folks. That's all I have to say, folks. Yeah, I hope you have a safe New Year's Eve. Be smart. Don't be dumb, all right? Otherwise, you're going to have to do up-downs.
So enough of the reminiscing, folks. We're going to talk, of course, about the Bears. I just want to know, that last play of the drive, how many people out there were like, "Throw it to Swift! Throw it to Swift!" I think I need a little anger management because I broke my remote when I tried to act like a QB. There's a lot of armchair QBs out there, and I'm definitely one of them. I'll admit to my faults, folks. That's what a man does. The Bears' last regular season game is against Detroit this Sunday coming up, or Saturday. I forgot which one it's on. But my predictions for the game is Bears 53, Detroit 23. I don't know where I came up with those numbers. I was just listening to my football ancestors. Okay? So let's move on to my other favorite Chicago sports team, the Blackhawks. I seen a video of Connor Bedard skating, so that's good. That's good news for the kid. Blackhawks are definitely struggling without him, but they are kind of putting up a little bit of a fight. And quite honestly, it's impressive, but they just fall short every time. Bedard will be reevaluated in January, so he's going to miss the next couple games coming up, folks, but that puts us in position for a good first overall pick. I don't know. Don't want to say it already, but because, I already did say it. Fuck, we're fucked. Let's get his cousin, you know? Well, let's bring home the dream team cousin. The Gavin, what's his name? Gavin McKenna, I think. Let's bring the Kaz over here. Come on, Kaz. Don't you like the Motor Town? No, that's Detroit, you fucking idiot. Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that blooper. All right, enough. All right, I'm done. All right, back to the Blackhawks. Here's a little bit of hockey news that I'm extremely excited for. NHL players are returning to the Olympic Games. That's right, folks. First time since 2014, we're going to see NHL professional hockey players in the Winter Olympics. All right, we already have Macklin Celebrini. He's named to the Team Canada. With Connor Bedard's name up there, this would be another time of Connor Bedard missing out on representing his home country. And everybody wants to do that, folks. Every NHL player wants to represent their country. And it's a little, in my opinion, it's a shame we can't see Russia in it, okay? That's just my opinion. I'm going to leave it at that. We definitely got a real taste of what this Winter Olympics is going to be like with the Four Nations face-off that the NHL had with Team Canada and Team USA, which are likely to be in there. But you cannot count out Sweden or Finland. They are sleepers when it comes to hockey on the world stage. That's all I have for Chicago sports. I sometimes talk about politics, but I leave the politics to the end of the video, which we will talk about briefly here, folks. I mean, it's no secret that the leadership here in Chicago and the great state of IL is just subpar. It's subpar. We're being taxed into oblivion. Hope the folks in Chicago are ready for these tax increases that are coming in the turn of the year, because they are coming. And it's going to trickle down into the suburbs, folks. It's just how it works, all right? And I don't want to flip the state red. I just don't think that's the answer. I think the state should be purple. You know, it should be like Wisconsin. It should be like Michigan. It should be like Ohio, where it is a swing state. And if you look at the rest of the Midwest, I mean, we got the Iowa caucus. I don't think Iowa's a swing state, but I would like to make Chicago, Illinois, a swing state. It'd be pretty easy, honestly, if we just vote for common ground issues, you know, that we could all agree on, like term limits. What do the other guys say? Term limits, ending Citizens United. There's common ground issues that we all agree on that we should be voting for, policies, not popularity of voting, not just because the name is Jonathan Jackson. That's the guy going for my district. I definitely don't want a namesake. I want somebody that's going to make a difference. With all the great stuff happening for our sports team, Chicago, we cannot let us get distracted, right? Julius Caesar once said, give them bread and give them circus, and they don't care what happens to their lives. They really don't. If they're distracted enough with good, happy feelings, they're not gonna complain or even have time to discourse all these policies that they're passing. And that's exactly what's happening here in Chicago, folks. So let's not forget about March 17th, the primaries. Every district is up for grabs here in Chicago and Illinois. Sorry, not Chicago, Illinois. March 17th is the primaries, and then the general election is in November. So look at who's running. Look at their policies. Is it just like that one guy who's, I'll fight Trump? You can hate the guy, but what kind of policy is that? I'll just fight Trump. And you go to his campaign page, and it's just same freaking lines over and over again. That's not a policy, folks. That's nothing. That's not what we need. We need common ground, right? We can have our social differences, but politically, I think we fall in the same line when it comes to term limits, when it comes to ending Citizens United, keeping foreign influence out of politics. And believe me, there's a lot. So I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, folks? I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody. Absolutely everybody. This is fun. This has been really fun. And I think 2026 will be a hell of a year for the Chicago Update. I think you're going to watch it explode. Thank you for watching. A prost, a gnuts, and a cheers to all my friends, and a happy New Year's. Drink responsibly, and don't be a dumbass.